Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Elemental Storm here, and we're going to look at the top 5 reasons to play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Right off the bat, I have to say this is my game of the year so far. It is amazing, and I'm going to go through the top 5 reasons of why I think that, and why, if you're looking for a reason to play it, or if you're looking for a reason to purchase, or anything of that nature, I'm going to hopefully give you those reasons right here. So, here we go. Okay, so number 1, we're going to start with the environment. The environment itself is absolutely amazing. It is a beautiful looking game, and there's so many different environments to it as there is. You've got your rundown villages, you've got areas that have been kind of destroyed and beat up and stuff like that. You've got like these creepy towers and fog-laden areas and swamps and mountainous areas. Then not to mention when you get into the main cities, it just looks gorgeous. I mean, looking at this right now, absolutely looks gorgeous. There's just it just reminds you of like walking into a big Renaissance fair and stuff like that. If I ever get a chance to go to Europe, I can expect to see like stuff like this, I bet. And oh my god, the castles look great. The detail is really good. Overall, the environment is just very impressive. They did a great job. So next we're going to get into is combat. Now combat is really well done. They did a better, I would say, compared to Witcher 2, they've done a much better job on it. For one, they have it set up where your oils and your potions are a lot easier to use. Your signs are set up nice, so you can just get right into it. And the combat is fast, it's fluid. Now, a lot of people complain that's very clunky and stuff. I think it's just because people aren't used to the style of The Witcher when it comes to combat and stuff. Everyone's been playing, I think, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, things like that, so they're very used to that kind of combat style. So, and Witcher is definitely a lot faster. You really got to be on your toes when it comes down to it because, you know, Geralt doesn't use any shields, nothing like that. So he is very much, he's like a sword dancer, if anything else. Classic Game of Thrones there. So he's like basically just a straight out sword dancer. He just dances around his opponents, uses his signs, uses his oils, things like that. I mean, he's a monster hunter, so it's all set up like that. And it's just fantastic. All right, we're going to get into the next thing, which is number 3 is monsters. The monsters in this game so far, from what I've seen, now mind you, I haven't even finished the game yet. It's a huge game. From what I've seen so far, are fantastic. A lot of monsters you see from Witcher 1 and Witcher 2, excuse me. Try saying that 5 times fast. And just a lot of different monsters that they've taken out from the books and stuff. I mean, mind you, if you don't know, this the Witcher series starting in a book series back in the day that was made in Poland, and the guys over at CD Projekt decided that, you know, they love the book so much, they love the style, the characters, they're like, we got to make a game out of this, and I'm so glad they did because it's definitely one of my favorite series out there. So yeah, the monsters are very cool. They can definitely get overwhelming, as you can see here with these neckers. There's just like 5, 6 of them or something like that, just trying to like tear me apart and everything. But like I said, move around fast, do your thing, use your signs. Always remember you can run away too. I mean, that is a feature. So at least you don't get locked up into fights and stuff. So it's a lot of fun though. I like the monsters and the combat myself. So hey. All right, number 4, we're going to talk about the contracts. Now this is really cool. They didn't have these before in Witcher 2 and Witcher 1. It was more just they were part of the quests and things like that, or the side quests. These are their own thing on themselves. Because Geralt is a Witcher and a Witcher is a monster hunter, what you're basically going to do is you're going to go out there and you're going to seek monsters. Now, the way they did it, they used kind of almost like a Batman, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum style, where you kind of go into like a detective mode, which is really cool. And you can find like basically footprints and scents and all kinds of stuff, and it's just like you kind of basically, when you go into that mode, you've kind of like all your senses have just gone up like about almost 200%, so you can see things that no one else can see, hear things no one else can hear, stuff like that, and it's really cool the way they did it. So it was a great feature, and I'm glad they put it in there and stuff. Okay, and number 5, I have to say, the open world itself, it is beautiful, and there is so much to do. It's amazing. I mean, look at this map right here. This is absolutely outstanding, the amount of stuff they've done. Now, this is Velen, and this is just one big part of the world and stuff like that. And it is gigantic. It is huge. And you've also got like 4 hub maps, not to mention in October, and then another expansion in 2016. We're going to have even more additions added on to this game and stuff like that. So Game's incredible. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm so glad that Witcher 3 turned out the way it did. I mean, right now there is a couple little glitches, things like that here and stuff. Be careful with your saves. Definitely save often and save multiple slots, so just in case. I have heard some horror stories, but unfortunately I haven't, luckily, I should say, knock on wood, I haven't hit anything yet, so, but beyond that, the game has been running smooth. It's really good, and there's some patches coming on the way, of course. I mean, an open-world game like this. A lot of people compare this to Skyrim and Dragon Age. There's a lot of comparisons with a lot of various games and stuff like that, but, I mean, I've always figured the Witcher series its own thing, and, you can't go wrong with it. But anyway, my name is Elemental Storm. Huzzah! I hope you like these top 5 reasons, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me, and I'll definitely, throw you back. I'll talk to you later. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Elemental Storm here, and this is Top 5 Reasons to Play Shovel Knight. So Shovel Knight is a very cool indie game. It's made by Yacht Club Games. It's an old-school rendition back to the days of like Mega Man, Castlevania, with some kind of actually like newer features.